Welcome everybody to episode 9 of 4NZGamers. I'm your host Phil Brooks. I'm joined today by James Jennings,
Hey.
Dave Watson,
Hey.
James Brooks,
Hey.
and our special guest Lance Lochner.
Oh yeah.
Microsoft had quite a lot of announcements, so first off they kicked off with Halo 5,
Halo 5.
then a new exclusive title called Recore, then talked about some backwards compatibility, their Elite controller, Fallout 4 came on for another presentation, had some Plants vs. Zombies action going on, Forza 6, Rare Replay, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Sea of Thieves, Minecraft and the HoloLens experience, Fable Legends, and Gears 4. So, were we excited by this conference? Was it a better showing from Microsoft this year?
Well, people were saying that they stole the show with the HoloLens.
Yeah, the HoloLens was pretty
That was
fantastic.
For some people, that was the top thing for the whole E3.
I'd put it...
Some people think it's awesome, like it's getting into that, that Tony Stark, flipping up shit and the hologram comes up and you can interact with it. And
It was awesome, and it's actually up there for me as one of the key moments of E3. I just almost, I feel like I'm reluctant to say it because it's to do with Minecraft, and I don't really care about Minecraft, and it's to do with HoloLens, which I kind of also don't really care about. Like, I'm more excited about, other games. Like, I'd be more excited about Halo than I would about that HoloLens Minecraft experience.
Oh, but you gotta admit that the technology was pretty cool.
and that's why.
That's it's not just the Games Expo, like it's the entertainment. What is it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm reluctant to say it because I feel like it doesn't do anything for me. But on the other hand, that blew me away.
Awesome. It's a leap forward into the future. It's us getting forward, like Oculus with VR.
I couldn't even believe what I was seeing, to be honest. That's how far into the future it looked like what had just happened.
I don't believe it. It looked like it ran too well.
It looked amazing, yeah. It looked ridiculous. It looked like something out of a sci-fi film. And they're like dealing with the shit on the table or whatever, and like... it was amazing, yeah.
Maybe we are there.
Well,
Oh yeah,
it'd be-
we'll be
it'd
there
be
at some
cool,
point. But
yeah.
It's getting closer and closer.
I'd like to see it work. The only problem with this is that if it doesn't, then it's going to end up like PlayStation Move, where it's going to be like, oh, well, this is dumb. So
yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's got to be supported, doesn't it? The developers have to make the games.
Exactly.
Use it, and ultimately, it's down to their creativity and what.
What else do you think it'd be if it's not Minecraft? And what would you say would interest you in terms of if you could use it for something? Like I could see it being used for like Battlefield 4's
Actually, yes.
Commander,
Commander mode would
be really cool to
awesome
actually...
with HoloLens.
Yeah,
That'd be
yeah.
fucking amazing, actually. Yeah.
Oh,
Card games?
yeah, for those you guys
Yeah.
that don't know though.
Magic.
What?
There we go.
Magic the Gathering.
Magic the Gathering.
Oh yes, yeah, of
Tabletop
course.
gaming.
Yeah.
Like D&D
Holy
and like
shit, of
Warhammer.
course.
Having holographic guys that actually do shit and shoot would be awesome.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That's where it's at. Because I always think about like being in a cockpit is the perfect thing. Because you're in that seated sort of environment anyway. And you just look around. Like I imagine a game like No Man's Sky, not Microsoft, but anyway, would still, I feel like it would benefit quite well, But yeah, fuck, tabletop gaming would be the perfect outlet for something like that.
That's the kind of thing, like, whenever I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh! I was always thinking, wouldn't it be cool, like, how in the cartoon they slap the cards down and it's got that hollow field where they all appear and fight. I don't know, this is from my childhood.
Oh yeah, no.
In the cartoon, they put the cards down, they play them, and, like, there's a hollow field in front of them, and, like, the monsters actually appear and fight. And I thought, how cool would that be if it was real?
Yeah.
So yeah, like, it's stuff that I've seen and thought would be cool, and now it's a reality. And like, yeah, this is the kind of stuff that would work really well with HoloLens.
Yeah.
It's like card games, tabletop games, Commander mode for Battlefield, where you can see the battle unfolding, and you can go, supply drop there, or airstrike there, and yeah.
That would be amazing. Eh?
So, but not to get things mixed up though, HoloLens isn't the VR.
No.
Yeah, I'm not too sure because that looked pretty VR.
It is, but it's not.
It's going to be like what augmented reality.
Yeah. And so what is that? Like,
That's basically seeing what we see, but like something pops up as well in your space.
So it's a projection, like a hologram.
Pretty much, yeah.
Well,
Kind of, but it's just in your vision.
And VR is being
VR is
Fully
actually having the
imposed.
screen and like the pinpoint, so you can actually move.
Yeah, VR
Right.
is
Look and
reality.
move.
Reality is
Yeah.
being inserted
Yeah.
into a reality.
Okay. So what I was talking about with No Man's Sky would be better for something like Morpheus.
Yes.
Whereas, obviously, what they demo with Minecraft and what you're saying about Commander Mode is better for as a hologram
Yeah.
for HoloLens.
Mm.
Yeah, okay.
So things like you were saying, like tabletop gaming,
It's exciting. It's very,
Yu-Gi-Oh.
very exciting stuff. I agree. It's one of the announcements of E3. Because being able to see it like that, it blew everyone away. And yeah, no one expected that. Alright, so another thing that obviously got released was Halo 5. They kicked off the show with that, so what do we think about Halo 5?
Look good.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked for it. I mean, I was a little underwhelmed, I must admit, by it, because they can't surprise me anymore, right? Like, I'm invested, I'm in the universe, I know Master Chief, and I know... And I've been following some of the backstory with Locke and stuff, with this Hunt the Truth campaign that's going on. So I'm sort of... I'm in there, and I'm ready to buy this game. I'm just ready for it to come out. So seeing that gameplay was cool. It was cool. It was great to see some of those characters back and seeing Nathan Fillion in there, because I love him as an actor anyway, and I loved frickin' Firefly in the series and stuff. Yeah, because he was from ODST, and he was the main dude in that.
Yep.
And the Firefly team from the TV series, they were the crew of ODST. They were all the different ODST guys in that were from Firefly. So it's just great to see something like that. I like getting big name actors and stuff in there. It just adds a bit more weight to the voice acting and stuff like that.
Well, I'm sure Halo, it will appeal to Halo people.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm in.
So that's pretty much what it's appealing to, really,
Yeah.
because it didn't do much for me. But I don't like Halo. So
Yeah, and that's what
Does-
I wonder. I wonder if it did much. for
Doesn't look like it's worthy of the Xbox One though, because it's the first Halo on the Xbox One.
graphically.
Yeah.
I think the game looks great.
Yeah, I thought.
I think it looks really cool.
it looks cool.
Yeah, no, I thought it looked. Yeah, I thought it looked damn good.
Looked pretty
Smooth
clean.
and. Yeah, like the weapons and the sound and the explosions and all the different things seem to be working. Like I didn't even notice that it looked bad. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't have even decided to analyze it in that way because it just looked at what
it's
I
a Halo
expected.
game, yeah.
It was what I
It
expected.
always looks good, regardless, doesn't it?
A really good pull with what we saw in the demo is that with Commander Locke hunting down Master Chief. Now they do talk about Buck, Nathan Fillion's character.
Yeah.
They do have him and Locke do have a chat, and they do mention that every Spartan's going to hate us, and I guess that's why I hate Locke's character at the moment, is because they're hunting the character everyone knows and love,
Yeah.
hunting Master Chief, and we don't know why. I'm sure there's going to tie in for a perfectly good reason, but I think they hit on everyone's going to hate us for this. What do you guys? How do you guys feel about that? What do you think about his?
I feel like they're going down a dangerous road because they went down this road with Halo 2 when they introduced the Arbiter, and everyone did hate them for it. It was the most hated Halo game in terms of the campaign because everyone was pissed off that they played as Arbiter.
Oh, everyone,
for
really?
half yeah,
Oh, right.
they got a lot of flack because everyone was just like, where the fuck is Master Chief? And why am I playing as the Arbiter? I don't care. Like, the Arbiter's cool now. We've grown to love him, and I guess that's what they're probably trying to set up with Locke, create a new character that we can love and want to play as. But I feel it's a dangerous path to trek because if they're going to divide this game into two and we play half the time as Locke hunting Master Chief, half the time as Master Chief on the, I guess, trying to get away from Locke, but also obviously with his own agenda because he's trying to do something. Prove his innocence, maybe, I don't know. But, if half and half, it could tear the fans again. We could be like, I just want to play as Master Chief.
There's something about, though, when you're not playing as the actual character himself, when you see him from a different perspective, it makes them
Metal Gear
look
Solid.
cooler. Yeah, they did that with Metal Gear. Do you think they're doing that with Master Chief?
That's a good point.
Because they do, in the demo that we saw, like, I don't know, one of these alien characters materialized and said Master Chief was allowed to pass, but you
are
aren't.
not.
Yeah. So, and to me, that was like, wow, he's such a badass. He was allowed to pass these guys. I don't know why, but my imagination came up that he managed to take out half of their squad or talk to him in a way that they made a deal or something. That's what I think they might have done, which may be cool, but I don't care enough about Locke.
Yeah. I guess it was disappointing that this is probably one of the last things I guess it's not the last thing we'll see before the game comes out. But I just felt like I wanted to see Master Chief, and it was a little... Maybe that's what was underwhelming, was that we got only to see Locke. I think that's actually it. If I'd seen Master Chief as well, if they'd ended that with just a quick montage of Master Chief fucking shit up or something, I might have gone, yes! I can't wait to jump back into his boots, you know?
The Master Chief boots.
The boots of Master Chief. I guess I'm the only one that's really excited because I'm the only Halo fan here. And,
I mean, it's just another Halo game, but it'll sell heaps. People love it, and yeah.
Alright, well, they then went on to do something which I'm quite happy about. They have a new IP which is being announced called Recore. Annoyingly, it was only a CGI trailer, so we didn't see any gameplay, but it looked interesting. What did you guys think of Recore?
You got a sense of the gameplay from the trailer, though.
Yeah, you did, but...
Hey, what is it? I can't remember.
Basically, these balls of energy. By the looks of it, and she had this blue
the little
one.
dog thing, yeah.
And it looks like you can transfer this energy from one machine to another and have all these different types. They kind of showed them all at the end.
Yeah, it's sort of these animal-based robotic things.
Yeah.
Because the one she got at the end kind of looked like an ape,
Yeah.
and the one she had was kind of like a dog. And yeah, it looks interesting. I must admit, it's... well, are we getting tired of the post-apocalyptic setting? Because it just feels like every game is post-apocalyptic in some sense.
Yeah, but
of the
it
word.
didn't seem like our world necessarily. It could have been something else entirely.
I don't... Yeah, well, yeah. Still felt kind of
It was
like...
kind of a deserty environment. It looked interesting. I like the idea. I do enjoy those types of games where you play and you've got a companion type character that you have to play with.
Yeah.
It's AI controlled and you can kind of do stuff with and manipulate them. Like so, when I saw it, I thought of Odyssey to the West.
Oh yeah, Enslaved.
Enslaved, yeah, and how in that game was very similar. It had that kind of same element to it.
That was a great game. Very
Yeah.
underrated.
And so, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It looks quite cool.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I just don't know enough.
Mm.
You know?
Well, it's a wait and see thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a bit of a shame because the new IP that Sony released, they actually had some gameplay footage, you know? We were able to get excited about it, and with Recore, it's just like, I want to get excited, but you need to show me more. Alright, well, so a big one, very big one, was the announcement that followed, which was backwards compatibility. Now,
That's a big one.
it's huge. To me, this was
that's
the
really big.
announcement of Microsoft's conference. There wasn't really much bigger than that.
Microsoft need it, in my opinion.
And it's weird because it's only the ability to play old games.
But doesn't it... Like, I know you're excited, and I don't want to take away from it, I don't want to sound cynical, but it just seems like backpedaling the whole time with these guys, you know, with the whole, you know, what they originally were going to have for the Xbox One, and now they're just going back to what people were always screaming for, which was just to have a machine that was, you know, like the one machine to rule them all and all that. And
I hear what you're saying, and I hadn't actually thought about it like that, but there's two ways to look at it. You could say that it's backpedaling, or you could say that it's actually listening to your fans. You could say that they wanted to do something, and then the fans screamed, Kinect sucks, and they went, okay, we really loved this and had a vision for it, but if you don't want
always online,
pull it out. Always online, we really we had a vision, okay, but if you don't want it, they pull it out. Backwards, okay, we'll try and ham-fist that back in for you. Like, they're just doing everything for the fans because they don't want to piss their fans off.
I look at it as it's a way to get their fans back. So I feel in the previous E3 they lost a lot of people,
Yeah,
a lot of fans, all that stuff. So I think having the backwards compatibility is a big way to, like, hey, I've already got all this massive catalog of Xbox 360 games. Now I'll be able to play them
On my Xbox
on my
One.
Xbox. So
yeah.
if they decide to upgrade, or if anybody has upgraded, they can still have that catalog already. So along with the old games and the new games, I think it's a good move for Microsoft to hold on to their fan base, and it's really cool. Sony, which we'll talk about afterwards, are doing the opposite. So they're looking forward. Different game strategy though, but that's something else.
Yeah.
it just feels to me like Xbox has just made... They're just smoothing over things that they've done wrong, rather than actually... You know, this was as good as it was supposed to be. It should have just been there from the start.
I mean...
And all it does is it creates a sense of mistrust in the future for people that you know are Xbox fans, because what are they just going to go back on anything?
Can we ever believe what they tell us?
Exactly, and that to me is what has been quite damaging for them in the past
but
year.
I don't know. See what it
Harsh
says.
lessons though. So now they're like, oh shit, we should listen to our fans.
Yeah.
But it says to me that they're a company or a console that you can trust because you know that your voice is one that will be listened to.
Yeah, but only because they lost so badly to Sony in that last E3. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, but I don't think they went in there anticipating to piss people off or anticipating to lose. You know? Like,
I don't think
they
so.
went in there with a game plan of what they thought was their vision for the future, and they got a reality check, which was the people didn't want it.
You
and
can't tell people what they like.
And to be quite honest, I think we're going to look back on that E3 in many years from now, and we're going to laugh at the stupidity of all the people that said they didn't want what Xbox was offering, because I believe what they were offering was actually the future we're going to get.
I think they were coming out a little bit too ahead of their time.
They're ahead of their time.
And that stuff is going to be great when they do it, but had they not heard of things like focus groups? You know, they were just very, just comes off very amateur to me.
It was quite surprising how able and ready they were to stick their foot in their mouth, but
it just I don't know. But it's still great. In the end, if we look at it purely from a fan perspective, it's great. It's awesome.
They've turned it around.
We're getting what we want.
Yeah.
It just feels like.
Yeah, no, I just like that they're listening. That's how I choose to look at it. I choose to look at it. They're listening, not backpedaling.
Yeah, but did you actually listen to the reasons why they couldn't do it before?
He didn't divulge that in the E3
they
conference.
talked about it
afterwards. What did they say?
They said that they'd written the code into the Xbox, but they didn't know if it was possible till after the Xbox had been released. So it was only after. I know it sounds
It sounds strange.
Yeah, sounds very strange. And now with this update, they're able to, after a bit of figuring out what they needed to do, they've been able to turn it around, which seems very suspect. If it's been there all along, why didn't they just make it available from the beginning? Yeah. It's almost like it was rushed.
But at the beginning of a console's launch, it's all about getting people invested in the new stuff. Yeah. You don't want to give them a new console and then just say, "Hey, play all your old games on it."
No, but your old games, what are they? They're not going to give you this.
I can do that with the Wii U.
I know, but they want people to buy the new stuff.
Old games are not going to take the capability of the Xbox One to full advantage, because they're made for a different sort of an engine.
It created a very divide, like it said to those people that had the Xbox 360 that that was okay, now you've got to put that away or whatever.
But it's no different than Sony though. You can't play your PS3 games on your PS4.
I think it's a dick move for any console not to be backwards compatible.
So do I.
I don't.
You don't?
Yep. I like looking forward. I don't. I think with the PS3, when that first came out, it was also backwards compatible with PS2 games, but it made the console more expensive because they had two engines in the one machine. Yeah. Now, I've played my old games. I don't need to play them again. If I wanted to, I'll just grab out my PS3. I want my new games, and the prices of these consoles that have come out are so much cheaper than what the previous consoles were.
Yep, it's true.
When the PS3 came out, here for us, it was what started off at like $1,400 when the PS3 came out. And now they've just taken out all the technology and it's really cheap. And now with our new consoles come out, they started off at what, $729?
Yeah.
That's a huge difference.
I think what annoys people though is when they release these games again and they sell them through, the PlayStation Store or they re-release it, and you're kind of forced to buy it again, I guess, because or you don't have to, but you know what I mean. Like you get the updated version of it and that kind of stuff.
Like there was Final Fantasy X HD on PS3, and then they did a Final Fantasy X HD on the PS4.
Yeah, that's. I think that's where it starts to sting a little.
The thing that pisses me off is the digital stuff. It's not so much the hard copies that I own; it's all the digital arcade games. I have over 100 digital games on my 360. Yeah, and they're just small little bullshit little indie games. I got my Shadow Complex, my DuckTales, or whatever. But why should they be locked on my 360? Why can't my Xbox One play that? And how hard is it for the Xbox One to play those? I feel like I'm losing this library of content.
That's a good point. Those if you go and buy those ones, and because they're digital and because they're on your PlayStation, Xbox account, what have you, they should be able to go for.
But then the same thing would be said about the games on demand, right? So you've still got digital 360 games. So where's the dividing line of what's an arcade game and what's a 360 game? And if a online digital version of a 360 game is played, then why can't your hard copy be played? It would just open up a can of worms. So I sort of get it, but that's where it pisses me off. But anyway, yes, big announcement. Everyone was very psyched and stoked to hear about the backward compatibility coming for Xbox One. Also, equally exciting, I feel, is the Elite controller.
That's interesting.
What is it?
What does it do?
It's got little flip tabs on the
little
bottom or
paddles on the
something.
bottom.
Tell me why it's so elite.
It allows you to have. It allows you to keep all of your. It basically allows you to keep your thumbs on the analog stick without ever having to take them off to hit a button, because the buttons can be.
Pushed underneath.
Yeah, they can be mapped to the paddles and things like that. So you can, instead of having to go to press that button and now I can't strafe anymore, I can keep strafing and I can tap underneath and I can do that, duck, whatever. So it means you can have more fluid control of your character, I guess, on screen.
So you don't need to lift your hand ever.
You never have to.
It's a big thing for FPSs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happens if you get a sore hand?
You stop playing.
You stop, Lance.
You stop. If you're having an epileptic fit, you stop. All right. You don't keep going.
I'm not just putting it out there. That's awesome.
Yeah, it is. It's cool.
It's elite.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to get sore fingers by touching the thing. You actually move your hand, you don't get a sore hand 'cause it's in a different position all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Overuse syndrome.
Yeah.
You get it
I
at
actually
work.
get that with PlayStation controllers because
They're so small and you get your cramped.
I'm just putting it out there. Is it going to be as elite when your fingers aren't moving and fucking cramping up?
No, it just gives you more. It gives you. You can customize your buttons and it gives you more buttons to play. So instead, if you're sick of pressing X, if it's easier for you to use your little finger, that's possible.
Yeah.
So you can program it all.
You can remap the whole
You can remap it to be more customizable for yourself, your own play style. If you're used to having buttons elsewhere,
it's
you
wireless,
can do that.
and you can also hook it up to your PC.
Yeah.
Oh, you can.
Can you change the grips on it? In the video that they showed, it looked like you could take
them
off,
off, put on new ones. There's a hair trigger lock so that the triggers are more responsive, and there's also the better D-pad for it's actually got direction diagonals. Something.
For fighting games.
I don't know why D-pads have not had diagonal directions.
Some of them are really bad, eh?
But it looks like a really cool D-pad, to be honest. Proof will be in the pudding. I want to get that $200.
$200.
Wow.
Fuck.
Well, that's New Zealand dollars.
James is saying it connects to your PC.
Oh yeah. Everything with Microsoft now with Xbox One is always going to be Windows 10 compatible.
Well, so that you bring that up, that was talked about after E3 and conference as well.
Mm-hmm.
As an awesome, awesome feature for Xbox Live coming to Windows 10. So every Windows 10 customer who's going to be into the future, everyone who has a Windows PC will be able to access your Xbox Live account directly to your PC, and then you can stream your games from your Xbox to your PC and play it directly. Or the future of gaming for Xbox games is obviously they're going to have to code this in. There's only a few games now, is that you can actually play a game from your PC and play multiplayer with anyone playing on an Xbox, which is something that I'm really looking forward to. I know a lot of PC gamers are. Xbox is really keen for this to go viral because obviously, so you're going to be able to play for the first time through the Xbox a whole new lot of players that you never were able to play with before.
There's going to be huge balance issues with that, though, with people using a mouse versus an analog stick.
Yeah, well, they did it with
However
Shadowrun.
It is, it's bringing the new DirectX 12, so
and the PC players have to use the controller or something.
And they're linking that into the new game. So obviously, the new games that are coming out,
PC gamers will be on top.
they're going to be able to link the games. So they had a game on the trailer about it, where I can't remember what was one of the Fable games, I'm not sure, but they had the guy playing on the PC and then they had the guy playing on the Xbox at the same time. It looked awesome.
And for a game like that, it wouldn't be so bad, especially if the guy on the PC was like the Dungeon Master dude, and then the other 4 guys that are against him are all console based.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That would work.
Yeah, I'm not sure what game it is, but I know that going forward, this is where Xbox wants to take it, which is awesome for PC gamers because obviously PC gamers were always restricted to the game itself and whoever's online playing in that genre. Now,
Yeah.
that opens up to a huge community of Xbox players who have friends that are PC gamers. I'm a PC gamer. If you buy the same game in the future, we can play each other because I like playing on PC and you like playing on Xbox.
And I like shooting you in the head.
And it keeps your record as well. So whatever achievements I get, I'm playing through the game on the PC, achieving whatever I want. So that's another awesome release from Microsoft.
Yeah, it is.
And Xbox.
Yeah, they've
And
got
PC
a new
gaming.
games for Windows coming out at some point, don't they? They're trying to. I don't know if you remember that, but it was horrible. Microsoft tried to set up like a games for Windows platform,
Like
kind
Steam.
No, well, kind of. It was more like Xbox Live in some
Games
ways.
for Windows
yeah.
Live.
Yeah,
It was like the Antichrist.
it had like
it was
achievements and
horrible.
all sorts of stuff, but it was just so poorly implemented. They're
It
trying
was.
to bring out a new one now, so that could be. What
The,
you're
well,
talking about.
the way they've launched it, this will be the gaming for Windows. It's run through Xbox Live,
Interesting.
and that you log in through the Xbox Live app through Windows 10, and that links you straight into your account. So if you've already got it through playing on Xbox, you've got it on your PC. And I guess the beauty of it is, if you've got your PC on and you've got downloaded content on your Xbox, you just say I want to play this game. It streams it right from your Xbox straight onto your PC. You can play it on your PC.
Nice.
So you don't even need to leave your computer if you're typing up something. I want to play my game and I'm on the Xbox. Stream it straight, and that's not even within that joining capability. It's just streaming the game.
Yeah. I can see them pushing a lot more of that sort of stuff, because that's something that they'll always be able to have over Sony, I guess, is that ability
It's
to
a
connect with a
compatibility,
PC.
yeah.
Well, it's PS3's been doing it for ages with Dust.
No, yeah, I know, but I mean, like, just the fact that Microsoft runs the Windows platform, right? It's theirs, so all the connectivity they can have, like, even just the UI is very similar to the Xbox One.
Oh, right,
And the way
yeah,
that
they're both, yeah.
the way they talk to each other, it's kind of like the iOS, the way it's sort of all integrated.
Well, it's a huge audience. I mean, most people own PCs over Apple PCs, if you know what I'm saying there. A home computer is mainly run by Windows, not many compared to Apple consumers.
Yeah.
So that's a huge consumer range. Anyway, awesome
Well,
feature.
yeah, so great, and we're really looking forward to the Elite controller. Fallout 4 came back on and did another announcement during the Microsoft conference, and they announced that they were going to allow PC mods to be included on the console version. Now, it was interesting that this was kind of announced at the time as though it was some sort of console exclusive, like, we are allowing this to happen on Xbox One.
It is.
But it's going to happen on the PS4 as well, by the sounds of it.
Yeah, but not straight away.
Right, so it's timed exclusive mods sort of
Yeah.
stuff. Okay.
Well, they've said they need to work out how to do it first, which to me sounds like they've got to, like, they know how to do it for Xbox.
Well, it'll
Right.
probably time with the whole
They've
Windows Live
they've set it up
connectivity
so that it'll work like that.
Interesting, yeah, okay.
But those mods still have to go through a process. They still have to go through Bethesda and make it okay.
Yeah.
Like, they can't just chuck any, like, you can't put a nudity mod on.
Why not?
Well, because the consoles have, they don't have the, like on a PC it's fine, but on a console you've got the age restriction thing, so
Oh, yeah.
you can't just chuck up any old
Any
one.
old
So
thing.
you
Yeah.
can't have dicks in your Skyrim without it going through Bethesda first.
But what if I want to do a mod where I want dicks in my Skyrim?
You have to go play it on PC.
Yeah.
It's not mod. It's bullshit.
But you will get something, which is kind of cool.
I don't really care about the myths. Another story.
And then there was some Plants vs Zombies. Does anyone really know much about Plants vs Zombies?
I played the first one on, I think it was Xbox Arcade.
Tower defense type game.
Yeah, pretty much. It was fun, but it was just like an arcade game.
It's just it's a kid's version. It's just a cutesy,
Tower
fun
defense.
version of. It's gone kind of more first, third person. They're taking
Oh,
the piss out of Call of Duty as well. Like, it's called Garden Warfare.
Yeah.
So
that!
it's just fun. It's just fun
Yeah.
for kids and surprisingly popular when it first hit the scene. So yeah, it's cool. It's fun.
Something
Well, it must be. They've got part 2, so yeah. What about the EA Access stuff? Does that float your boat? Do you guys know about it? How it's an exclusive thing for Xbox One, where EA has this sort of vault where you pay like $5 a month or something like that, and you get access to every EA game. That is in the vault. And they've just added Titanfall and Dragon Age Inquisition to the vault.
Is that if you're an Xbox Live
Oh,
Gold?
wow.
Yeah, you have to be an EA Access subscriber. So you
It's
pay
another form of subscription.
You pay a monthly
This
fee.
is the way it's all going now.
You get
isn't it?
access
It's
to
going
these
to end
games.
up like this eventually one day.
Yeah.
We'll pay a subscription.
Well, you think about the person who buys, say, FIFA every year. They say that's $100. Now, if they pay $5 a month instead, and then they get their FIFA, then they're actually making a saving, I guess. I mean, I don't know about the pricings and exactly.
Well, yeah, they are. It works out about $60 a year.
Yeah, so it's. I don't know. I guess if you're the sort of person that's going to play a lot of EA games, then there could be some benefits there.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I didn't really think about it that way. In terms of if you're into those sports games, FIFA comes out every year.
Every year, boom, you get the new one, yeah.
Yeah, that'll work for...
But when you see titles like Titanfall and Dragon Age Inquisition thrown in there, I mean, you sort of think to yourself, want to play those? Like that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Then we had a Microsoft exclusive come descending from the ceiling, a Ford GT. That was a pretty impressive moment, I must admit. Like in terms of things that actually happened on stage at all the conferences, when that GT descended from the ceiling, I was pretty impressed. I thought that looked pretty cool.
What was it? A Ford?
Forza 6. It's for the game Forza 6.
Was it
I mean, obviously
Ford
you
Mustang?
need to know as a
Ford GT.
GT. You've got to be a car buff
Supercar.
or a car enthusiast or even into your car games in general, which I'm kind of not. But I can see how that is actually quite a big moment for those who are.
Yeah, a lot of people like that game.
I used to love Forza on Xbox, yeah.
I can see that you want to say something.
Yeah, my first thought was when I was wondering if Jeremy Clarkson was going to be in it.
Oh, really?
Oh, in it.
Yeah.
That would have been awesome.
He's not. He's not going to be in it because he's kicked off of Top Gear,
Yeah.
obviously, so he's not on it. So when I saw that card descend, I was like, oh, no Jeremy Clarkson. That's just me.
Yeah. So, yep, Forza 6, I mean, looks good. It does, looks good. Dark Souls 3 got premiered in the Microsoft conference. It's no exclusive. There's no timed exclusivity. There's no exclusive DLC. It was just shown. Anyone excited about Dark Souls 3?
I never finished the first one.
Yeah.
Quit.
It's one of those games people obsess over, or they just kind of don't get it, I think.
Yeah, well, I've never played them, really. So.
Like, I did play it, and I could see why, but I didn't obsess. I just sort of played it and thought,
It's a very unforgiving game.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it kind of brings you back to those old school... those original games on the Nintendo Sega Master System, all those things. They were very unforgiving games, no save points and all that stuff. And the pull with those Dark Souls games is that they're unforgiving, but they're fair. You fucked up, you die. And that's... People love those kind of games. It's not my cup of tea. I've got enough games that I haven't finished.
Yeah, and that was the thing. It was taking me a while to take steps, do it, to get to the next checkpoint sort of thing, and it was like, I'll just play something else.
Yeah, I got so far, I died. I went to go back to my character to pick up what I dropped, and I died on the way there, and then I put down the controller, turned off the Xbox, and walked out of the room. I was done.
Yeah,
Rage
yeah.
quit or anything.
It definitely, it appeals to.
It wasn't a rage quit. It was what I called. It was like the antithesis of a rage quit. It was a calm
quit.
very calm quit.
Calm quit.
It was a calm quit.
So you're like, yep, fuck this.
Yeah. Inside, my subtext was I was fuming. Like I wanted to take the Xbox and throw it out the window, but it was a calm quit.
Yeah.
But as for Dark Souls 3, what did we think of the reveal? It looked pretty sweet, right? It looked very nice graphically, and I guess Xbox is trying to jump on board with Dark Souls because of the success of Bloodborne on the PS4.
Yeah, they're probably looking for something a bit of a flagship there, maybe. Or...
But I find it interesting that they didn't nail down any type of exclusivity, considering all of the third-party stuff that was shown in the Sony conference, all of it came with exclusive content of some degree. Whereas